It's just a truth or a lie.
It's a lie. Only time I've seen a taser was when Adriana tried to tase me. That night, that day, Mom had to separate us.
How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when you almost had a fight on the porch.
Yeah.
You ever seen a stun gun over in anybody's house? Yeah. Where you seen one at? Okay. That's interesting you say that, because your wife says she saw it over at Tina's house. So your wife's telling us all this stuff that makes Tina look bad. And you're telling us that it was at Zimmerman's house, right? It was gave to her by who?
Andre Smith.
Andre Smith gave her a taser.
Yeah.
Where's Andre Smith?
He's locked up.
Is that her boyfriend or her husband?
A boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Then describe it. Well, actually, I already described it, didn't I? Can't really ask you to describe it. Okay. Who put the tape on? Who put the tape on?
Who put the tape on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who put the tape on.
You mentioned some tape.
So there's tape on there. On that tape.
All right. But you saw it with tape on there because the back's missing. So, I mean, you seeing a taser and there's tape on it is one thing. You seeing a taser and knowing the reason for the tape being on it is a totally different thing.
Exactly.
So how come you know that the back's missing? Was this explained to you, or did you see it put on, or do you know?
I seen the tape.
Okay. But like I said, seeing tape, if you saw tape on this recorder on here, you wouldn't necessarily know that the tape's on there to keep the battery in place.
And he ain't got no back part.
Doesn't have no back part. Okay. So it has no back plate and tape's on it.
Yeah.
Okay. That does make sense. All right. So Andre Smith gave it to her.
Yeah.
Where does she normally keep it?
In the cabinet.
Where?
In the top cabinet. By the refrigerator.
And who else would know this?
Whoever been in the house.
Why she go, hey, here's where I keep my taser?
No, because she was like always pulling out and playing with us.
Well, she made threats with people or something?
No, she just be playing. You know, like, I don't like, at one point in time, everybody was cool with everybody.
Strangely enough, Darren's story aligns more closely with Tina's than with his own wife's. It's possible that Heather is trying to frame Tina, while Darren is telling the truth so he doesn't get himself into trouble. The taser incident between Adriana and Brittany is just one domino falling in the long line of conflict that led to the attack of Adriana. A compounding of incidents that will unravel, revealing an absurd motive. Following the first round of interrogations, everyone was released and sent home, unaware of just how much evidence was rapidly stacking up against them. And though they weren't talking freely to police, they sure were talking to people in their lives. People they probably shouldn't have been trusting. On April 7th, 2010, officers received a call from one of Tina's relatives in Illinois. They refused to identify themselves and stated that they had information to disclose about the case. According to the source, Tina called her mother 2 days after the attack and admitted that she, Brittany, and Heather beat Adriana. She managed to scramble away, which caused a heated argument between Tina and Brittany. Brittany tackled Adriana as she made one last attempt to escape into the woods, and it was then that Tina lit her on fire. Tina, Heather, and Brittany callously fled. Though Brittany realized she left her shoes at the scene of the crime as they drove away, Tina told her it was too late to turn around. Afterward, Tina ordered Brittany to leave the area and stay away until the police were gone. Brittany took that time to take care of some evidence, washing the car interior with hand sanitizer, burning the clothes they were wearing, and disposing of the lighter fluid. While telling her relatives the story, Tina didn't appear to have much remorse whatsoever for her actions. When her relatives urged her to turn herself in so the law would potentially go easy on Brittany, Tina told them that even if Adriana died, they'd be fine because the cops had no real evidence against them. But on the late night of April 8th, only 1 day after that call was made to the police, Adriana tragically passed away. Her family by her side, having never woken from the coma she fell into. She died just 5 days before her 20th birthday and never had the opportunity to turn her her life around. The attempted murder that police were almost certain Tina, Brittany, and Heather had committed had turned into a homicide. On the same day that Adriana passed, even more evidence against the three women was brought to light. Police received a call from a high school classmate of Brittany's named Regine, stating that she had been being harassed by Brittany and Tina regarding the case. When police reported to the high school, Regine stated she had received multiple calls from both Brittany and Tina, trying to convince her to pose as Brittany during a polygraph test so that Brittany could pass. The police were almost certain they were the culprits, but the question of why they committed these terrible crimes in the first place remained to be answered. To get to the bottom of it, both Brittany and Tina were interviewed immediately after their arrests.
Hey, you're my man. And we investigating Tyree. You know what this is all about.
However, instead of starting with questions, they began by giving her some information.
Now we're going to tell you what we think happened. Good, Tom.
On that particular night, you, Brittany, and Heather got in a verbal altercation, a physical altercation with Adriana Zimmerman. Okay? The fight kind of escalated a little bit, got out of hand. She was attacked with a pry bar, what do you want to call it? Crowbar. And then she was disabled with a stun gun and then set on fire.
And all this was supposed to happen in the trailer park and nobody heard.
Not at the trailer. I didn't say at the trailer park. I'm saying during that night. It originated at the trailer park. You, Brianna, Brittany, Heather, and maybe one or two other people transported her over to the Ashland Avenue on the gas lines, and that's where the
What?
Ashland Avenue.
What is that?
It's another road over by the house, and that's where it went bad. We got information that you're involved in.
It's true they do in fact have some groundbreaking information. You see, there's a very specific reason that Tina was sought out by investigators, and when they finally divulge it, she's going to be absolutely shocked.
Like this, Tina. Not only did our victim name you, first and last
We
name,
went and talked to those
not
people
only
yesterday.
did they name Heather, not only did they name your daughter, you also told people. You know, that's how we know the story, too.
Me?
Yeah. Why don't you let me finish telling?
Okay.
We hear that you used lighter fluid, poured it on her, and lit her up. You're mad at Brittany because she got up off the girl, and that's how she got up and got to run away.
I'm mad at my baby.
Black
Okay.
shoe.
What else, sir?
Yeah.
What else? What else is it?
She told two people.
Who?
She told the fire chief, and she told the EMS supervisor.
Okay. Now when did she do that?
Right before
They
they put her under.
I got to talking to her and I told her that I was probably gonna be the last person she talked to for a while, and that in order to catch the people that did this to her, I needed her to tell me if she knew who it was. She told me yes.